and the cheapest I can find is $125. So that brings our grand total up to about $650, okay? $675. Also, I have a fresh tongue piercing. I don't have a lisp, I swear.
So I want to get a dog, so I started looking around for breeders for the type of dog that I want. $3,000!
This is Lily and welcome back to Finance February. I'm going to tell you guys exactly how much it costs to own a kitten because we just got one. I made an entire spreadsheet breaking down exactly how much life is going to cost for her first year.
So I got the wild hair to look into the average cost of owning a pet. It is absolutely insane. I didn't know it was this high. Is it that it's this high? Or have we just got out of control with it? The average price to own a dog is between $1,500 and $9,000 a year. I want to know what you think about this. We're going to talk about this, the cost of owning pets in today's video. Let's get right to it.
Okay, I literally just woke up, but let me explain to you why having 2 cats is in no realm cheaper than having 1. I got her off Craigslist for $75. Immediately took her to the vet to get a checkup, get her shots done, and get her ears cleaned out because I thought she had ear mites. She didn't. She just had fleas. And that was $300. So right now, totals $375, okay? But I also immediately went to PetSmart to get litter box, get toys, get all the things you might need for a cat. That was $125. So now we're at $500. Not to mention that I bought new food for her because the lady I bought her from had already given me food. So once that ran out in a week, I went and got her new food. And every time I go get her stuff, I have to get her toys. So that cost me about another $50. Okay, so now we're at $550. And not to mention, I still have to get her spayed because she's only 6 months old. And the cheapest I can find is $125. So that brings our grand total up to about $650, okay? $675. Also, I have a fresh tongue piercing. I don't have a lisp, I swear. So now tell me, if I had bought a second cat, how would that have minimized the cost of any of what I just said? Maybe the food costs, because I could just buy 1 round of food, right? But they're going to eat it twice as fast. So please do not try to shame me for eating 1 cat. People on TikTok act like having a cat is like raising a fucking child. It's an animal. It's a cat. I love my cat. As long as I play with her, give her attention, feed her, give her the proper vet care, all of that, she will be just fine. Trust me. Now, I guess I could see your point if I were to adopt an already acclimated cat, like an older one that had shots, spayed, neutered, whatever. But that doesn't change the fact that you still have to buy twice as much food. You have to pay twice as many vet bills. What if the already acclimated older cat got cancer? I don't have thousands of dollars for both cats right now, Like, if my 1 cat, Suki, had a real health problem, I could get by. I could afford that. But 2 cats? No. I've had a total of 10 cats growing up in my life, and the ones that were raised single cats are literally fine. Literally fine. So, please, keep this BS to yourself.
I don't regret it, but it can be a lot of money. Then comes all the vet bills. In the first year, it's going to cost you a lot of money up front because of the vaccines, the spay or neuter, or even regular checkups. This could easily be around $1,000 minimum. Then every month you're looking at food and toys, which depending on the size and the breed that you have, it could cost you $50 to $100 every month. And this depends on how many toys they go through. My golden goes through a lot of toys. On top of that, you also need the flea, tick, and heartworm medication, which can cost $30 to $60 depending on which one you get. I live in Florida, so this is a must. And if you want to have a healthy dog, you really need to get this. Here's a big one most people don't plan for is emergencies. One unexpected surgery could cost you $2,000 minimum. So this is why having pet insurance is really, really important. Dogs bring so much joy and so much love, but they're also a huge financial responsibility that not a lot of people think about. So just make sure you know what you're getting yourself into. If you're in your 20s and thinking about getting a dog, just make sure you know about all the hidden costs and fees. And it's not just a cute Instagram picture. They are a family member and they do come with them.
I want to know all your comments down below. I've never paid for a cat. I grew up with cats. I lived on a farm with cats. They just showed up and we fed them. And we did most of our vet treatment ourselves. I didn't know you paid for cats. You paid for a cat? Not to mention cancer treatment for a cat. I mean, somebody tell me I'm wrong. I mean, there's free ones in the neighborhood running around all over the place. You just put some food out and they show up. My mom has a cat that's almost 20 years old now. And it's still trucking. And I don't think we've ever really done anything to it, but maybe a flea collar every once in a while and fed it. I didn't know. There's one across the street here that's like 30 years old. It's an orange cat, been in Navy Point for a very long time. I did not know this was a thing. Tell me down below, what's the oldest cat you ever had? And would you spend $500 on a cat? Let's get to the next one. I mean, I did not know that California was the most expensive state to own an animal in some of these other northern states. I guess I should have realized that, but it is insane that $5,000 a year is the annual cost of owning a dog. When I was a kid, you just got a free dog. Somebody down the street had some dogs, some puppies, gave it its shots, and that was about it. I did not know it was this expensive. But I do know one of my good friends is a vet, and he tells me these stories all the time. Some of the cancer treatments or some of the, specialty treatments, and then they only wind up living a few months longer. Like they have a short time window. I know my mom, it would break her heart to lose her dogs, but we all know they come and go. You're their entire life, but they're only a short period of your life. Let's think about that.
On average, the lifetime cost of owning a dog in the U.S. is estimated to be $28,000.
No way. $28,000?
This includes initial purchase, food and vet care, and potential emergencies. How much you spend on Hank? Real talk.
Real talk about Hank a month.
You're sweating.
I mean, he has his own room, his own, his food.
How much?
At most $500.
Wow, that's well
a month?
above the national average.
And that's... I think it's also because I had to go to the vet twice this month, so that feels really high. But at high 500, probably on average, probably closer to 100.
It's good to be Hank. You're about 3 times the national average.
I now know why everybody's broke in America.
This is Lily, and welcome back to Finance February. I'm going to tell you guys exactly how much it costs to own a kitten because we just got one. I made an entire spreadsheet breaking down exactly how much life is going to cost for her first year. I used the most cost-effective methods to calculate, and on the right side, you're going to see the annual cost. Starting with a health cost, the initial vet visit is $50. Vaccines and testing you can usually get in a kitten package for $214. We did ours through Petco, and it costs $214 for the whole package. Includes all the important vaccines,
A la carte out the door. $214 for Kitty Shield. They have health insurance plans for animals now. This is where everybody's extra money goes.
We did ours through Petco, and it costs $214 for the whole package. Includes all the important vaccines, deworming, and microchipping. And of course, you're going to want to spay or neuter them. Based on our research, Lily's spay is going to be somewhere between $400 and $600, so we just took an average for $500. Insurance, this is about $35 a month, so about $420 for the year. Next up, food. This is going to vary like crazy depending on what you decide to get for your cat. For dry food, she has this mix from Makana. It's $22 for a 4-pound bag. A bag usually lasts her about 40 days, which means that she needs 9 bags to get through the year, making it just about $200.
When I was a kid, they ate whatever was on the table, like the scraps from the table. Cats did just fine and put some other stuff out there, and they were told to just go get a rat somewhere. But some of this food, I'm willing to tell you, the guy that had the Guinness Book of World Records for dogs and cats, I don't think he fed them dog and cat food. I think it was normal stuff, because the stuff in the dog and cat food is cancer causing. That's just from my research. Let me know, comment down below, am I right or wrong? But I'm willing to bet you a lot of the junk in that dog food and cat food, it's like the processed food for people.
And you must feed your cat wet food. This one is $60 for 24 cans. She eats half a can a day, which means that she needs 182 cans for the year, making it $455 for the year for wet food. And then we're also factoring another $50 for treats and catnip. Again, we're using like the lowest numbers. Next up, we have a lot of supply costs. This will include your food and water bowl, cat bed, cat tree. I took some averages off of Amazon. Toys for $25. You can get this entire bundle on Chewy for $25, so that's what we did. It's a pretty good deal. And you're definitely going to want a breakaway collar as well as an air tag. Now let's talk litter. We use the world's best cat litter, and truly it's been the best one that we have tried. This one leaves the least amount of odor. A 32-pound bag of this is $36, and it lasts about 3 months, making the litter for the year about $144. Litter box, you can get a basic one for $25. That makes our grand total $2,233. Let me know if it was more or less than you thought it was going to be. And
So I decided to do a quick Google search on the inflation on dog and cat food in the United States. And just in 2023, look at these numbers, okay? 65% on moist cat food. I think they spelled that wrong. But let's just go up from there. I'm willing to bet it's double. Okay, I'm willing to bet it's 100% in 2025 because it just keeps going up. And no matter what we do, we are just seeing insane prices going up. I mean, and not to mention, there's an entire diagram here on the top left-hand corner of how the tariffs affect dog and cat food. There's so much to unwrap here, but I'm willing to bet you the numbers are truly insane if we knew the real numbers. Not to mention the breeders and how much it costs to get a purebred animal these days.
So I want to get a dog, so I started looking around for breeders for the type of dog that I want. $3,000! $3,000 for a dog. My first car was $2,100. 3 bands. 3,000 for a dog. And mind you, some of them can go for like $3,500. And if you want it shipped as a cargo, that's another $300 to $600. If you want it trained, another $1,200. I'm like, I just want an emotional support dog. And do not come at me saying, let's adopt. Because I looked at those pictures for adopting. Those dogs are scary. And you should adopt dogs if that's what you want. But they just weren't giving the vibe. And I want a purebred dog. I don't want a golden doodle anymore because you just never know what you're going to get. I want a hypoallergenic dog. So all these explanations, I can understand why this thing is $3,000. But y'all are making it really hard for us. Like $3,000 per dog. Mind you, some of these litters are like 10 puppies. In one litter is 15 puppies. Y'all are making money. I mean, 3,000. The cheapest one I found was like $2,700. But you got to put down a $500 deposit. I even saw a Klarna option. Klarna doesn't even give me $3,000. So why would you give me a Klarna option to pay you? This is insane. Mind you, you either have to fly to get the dog, have the dog flown in, or drive hours to get the dog because these breeders are always in the middle of nowhere. What is the girl to do?
I want to know your thoughts on this one. I have yet to understand the purebred dogs just for a comfort dog. Purebred dogs are made for like duck hunting, finding deer, getting rats, you know, things they were bred to do. But just sit on a couch, I don't understand that one. I never really understood the Sherdoodles and the Sherpoodles and all those. Just like breeding all these things together that don't really match. And you wind up with an animal that can't really do much, either really hyper or has some really bad traits, and then they wind up dying young. But I think we've gone out of control with some of this stuff. I mean, there's plenty of free dogs down at the pet, or down at the pound, you know, for free. I've yet to understand this. Can somebody tell me about it down below? I can totally see it if they're a working dog and they were bred for something. What I've also noticed though is some of these purebred animals have like got their apex to where the breed is starting to have problems because they've been copied so much. One of my buddies is a vet, tells me about this all the time. Happens with bulldogs, labs, things like that, where they've been bred too much and they need some new blood in there. So I don't understand. And what do you think? Comments down below. Let's see the next one. Good story. My mom, we had a lab growing up. It was an American lab. So we went to get a new lab when our dog died. And my mom bought a lab. Didn't realize the big difference between an American lab and an English lab. And she was an English lab. Not the same dog, okay? Way more hard-headed, way more built totally different. Get the American lab, just my opinion. Not to mention, when you go to get a rental, it's gonna cost more for the pet deposit. When you go to live in an HOA, are they gonna want your dog or not? You go to get a condo, that one might be out. You're going to have, you know, the facilities for them to stretch their legs. You're going to have to be by a park. You're going to have to travel to and fro. Those vacations are going to be out. You know, a lot of people, they get a dog and then they want somebody to watch it because they always want to go on vacation. Most cruise places aren't going to let you have it. It's going to cost more to fly with them. There's always things that are extras. I'm willing to bet it's way higher than what people are thinking because, you know, pet deposit. When I had rental properties, I never wanted pets because they destroyed all my rental properties, especially cats. If you're in real estate, cats will do just as much damage as a dog. When they spray on your walls, and most people are allergic to cats, It'll take a lot of renters and a lot of buyers out of your pool if they knew there was cats in there. Right here, there's a lot of poorly bred dogs being sold for thousands. Yeah, I see this all the time. Animals that people are using as pets that shouldn't be pets. They were bred to be mean. They were bred to bring down large animals. They're bred to go to war, like the Mastiff and some of these others. German Shepherds have good traits, but they also bite people. And Chihuahuas, they bite people too. I think they're like way on their list on biting people. And they yap all the time. I don't know. My favorite was a Lab. My mom has Schnauzers. They're pretty good, but they're yappy too.
Americans are getting priced out of owning a pet. And the reason this is because costs have just gone up and up and up, not just for vet bills, but for everything else. It's estimated that around 94 million households in the United States have a pet of some kind. Research has also shown that it's estimated that the cost of caring for a dog in the United States is around $35,000 for life, and the cost of owning a cat is around $32,000. Many people are skipping taking their dog to the vet because of healthcare costs. With a shortage of veterinarians in this country as well, this is a real problem for the health and wellness of our pets. I don't want people to be priced out of pet guardianship, but at the same time, it is expensive. And especially as that pet gets older, your medical bills increase. So what can be done about it? It's all about research and finding organizations that can help you with medical expenses and medical care. Yes, it's about getting insurance, but sometimes the insurance doesn't cover a lot of the issues that the pet is going to have. I think this is also another reason.
Here we are. Insurance for cats. Insurance for dogs. Insurance for animals. I want to know what you think about this. Would you spend another $200 or $300 a month for health insurance for your animals? And are you prepared to spend $30,000 over the course of a dog's life for it? So wondering if in today's society it's too expensive to have kids. Are people going to have animals, or are they just not going to have either? Because everything is expensive. That's all I got, everybody. I want to know your thoughts on this. Comments down below. I've always had animals growing up. I'm allergic to cats, but I've always had dogs and horses and animals. And many times we had to learn to doctor them ourselves. Give them their shots, deworm them yourself. At the hardware store, you could get most of this stuff. And, it's probably not the best option for most people, but for some people, it's the only option. But that's all I got. I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'm out of here on to the next one.